What's up, my Virgos, and welcome or welcome back to Cards for Hire. My Virgos, you guys are in a very perfectionist state of mind. Perfectionistic is what I wanted to say, and I don't even know there's a word, okay? So you could be critiquing other people on how they speak or what they are doing, but there's something significant about you possibly wanting to perfect something, or you are hyper focused, very hyper vigilant when it comes to something. I've been seeing the color red ever since I put this cardigan on today. I've heard the color red in like 90% of my videos today and the videos that I've seen today. So your foundation, something that you are really focused on within your foundation. This could speak to your finances, your home life, your family, and things of that nature. Yeah. Okay. You can also be really focused on how you look right now. I just heard looking the part could be very significant. Okay. As always, y'all know we got to pray before we eat. Lord, I thank you in advance. I ask for clarity, protection, as well as progression and connection. I extend my gratitude and ask to my angels and guides protect me and mine. I'm smiling because I knocked over a container earlier and it didn't bother me until I just sat back down and I was in you all's energy. So yeah, it's like you are critiquing something. Someone could be very, very anal with how things look. That this could be how you look, makeup and the like, or how your house look, how your family looks, and something like that. Okay. What's the message from my Virgos? You're obsessing about something, my Virgos. Health concern. Okay. All right. You could be obsessing over your health, over what you are eating, what you can't eat, how much water you are intaking, how much caffeine you are intaking. There's a health concern here. Abandonment. You could be worried that somebody might up and leave you out of nowhere. So this is giving me like being the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the perfect sister, the perfect daughter, the perfect something, the perfect, I was going to say performer, but I was thinking about work. So putting on the perfect performance, somebody could be a performer as far as like an open mic or a singer or an artist in any capacity. Something like that is significant. Relationship. Okay. Yeah. You're critiquing yourself. Someone could be interested in microblading or tattooing on something, tattooing your lips or tattooing your eyebrows could be significant. It's like you don't want anything out of place, not a hair, not a bottle. Wow, okay. And it's almost giving if someone leaves, then you won't be the same. That's how it feels. If somebody leaves, then you won't be the same. This could be even a parent child dynamic. Someone's child could be getting ready to go to college and you may be making a big deal out of it, or you may be draining yourself trying to make sure that they have everything that they need. And I'm getting the energy of you just need to either leave it and come back or just leave it and put it out. You know what I mean? What's the situation? I'm hearing, I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. And I'll be back before you know it. That also puts me in the energy of Superman by Charlie Puth. I think he said, I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. The Hierophant. Yeah, something here about commitment or about my mom used to tell me I poured so much into you. And every time I thought about something, I would come back and give it to you essentially. I would come back and say this, or I would come back and reiterate what was said. She always made it seem as though she didn't want to miss a step. She didn't want to miss telling me something important or telling me how a woman should behave or how a lady should behave and things of that nature. That's interesting. But back to that Charlie Puth song, he wrote that for his mother, if I'm not mistaken. The Four of Coins. Yes. You're trying to keep something together, keep something stable, keep something from falling apart, but I'm feeling a strong need for you to release it, for you to let it go in whatever capacity. Something is very harsh. I decided to do my eyebrows today, and I hardly ever put on makeup unless I'm going somewhere. And that's all I did. And I really feel like I look so different. Okay. Yeah, things are going to be looking different. Things are going to be looking up as well, though. So, this is a cycle. This is a part of your life that you have been experiencing for quite some time. So, if it's a child, 18 plus years. If it's a relationship, I'm getting like something like over 10 years, and it's time for a change. And it feels as though you feel like you need to alter or change yourself in order for it to go back to how it was. But it's nothing is meant to stay the same, not even relationships, not even dynamics of any kind. We're always supposed to be looking for growth or a transition. Anything that is not growing is dead. What's my Virgo's energy? Six of Cups, the past, and the star. Okay. You could also be feeling as if you need to change some things that you did in the past. It feels almost like a redemption of sorts. You need to redeem yourself. You could have experienced a lot of growth within this past year and a half, or a year and a half, I guess. But I meant half a year within these past few months. What's the advice? I just heard experiment. Something could have been an experiment. The King of Swords, detach from your desired results. So that way you can allow what is actually meant to come. Okay, I was getting this earlier. There's something significant about, I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a clip or a picture, and it's a little kid holding a little bear, and God is in front of the child, and he's like, "Give it to me." And the kid is like, "No, I love it so much. It's my favorite." Da, 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 da. And God is like, "Give it to me." But God is holding a bigger bear behind his back. So there's something significant about whatever you are holding on to, something better awaits you. Something better awaits you, but you got to let go of the old. Three of Cups. You got to let go of what you once celebrated, what once gave you a sense of pride, a sense of joy, because there's more joy to be had. Oh, I love that. The name joy could be significant or simply the word. I heard that a couple times today too. Someone's middle name or or a first name could be joy. One more for advice. I'll be there to save. Seven of Coins in reverse. There's something that you no longer have to overly invest in anymore. I'm really picking up on the energy of a child leaving for college. And especially if you are a single parent, there's a lot of time, effort, and energy that you have put into this role. And now it feels as though someone is feeling like, okay, but without this, who exactly am I? It's time for you to find that out. I was having a conversation about this with my client last night, and she's a Virgo. Interesting. Yeah, there's something significant about you being able to release a responsibility. And it's like, but without this, who am I? I saw a video the other day. She's like, I have some sad news. She said, I started walking. She said, I started walking, and all of the pain in my body has been alleviated. She's like, and that sucks because who am I without the suffering? That's what it feels like. Who am I without the grind? Who am I without overexerting myself? It's time for you to figure that out. Someone is finding a new sense of self. Hmm. And there's more joy to have. Someone may benefit from going on vacation. The Hierophant, please. The Five of Cups in reverse. This commitment, whatever you have done thus far, you've done a great job at it. You've done absolutely wonderfully, but let it go. You have other things that you can perfect and work on. Five of Cups in reverse is disappointment in reverse. At one point in time, you could have been disappointed with whatever commitment that you had going on. So this could be you could resonate with the feeling of being better at one point in time. And now it feels as though now that you've perfected this, now that you've gotten to the heights that you wanted to get to or to reach, it's being taken away from you. the 10 of cups or the 10 of pentacles is what I'm getting. After the 10, you begin again. After you get the house and the kids and the marriage, what else is there? So much more. Now, maybe you want to start a business. Now's the time to do that. Maybe you want to start a new endeavor or explore new things, explore yourself while you are out traveling. Now is the time to do that. You've done good, kid. Clarify the 4 of coins, please. Look, death. It's time for you to release that. And look, the 10 of cups is coming out behind it. You've reached the ultimate happiness in this place, in this role, in this era of your life. It's time for you to let it go. There could be things that you feel as though you could be better at. Something that could be, if I could just tweak this, if I could just fix this. Something about a patch could be significant. 8 of Swords. That's a health concern. It's a mental concern. Where am I going to go? I want to keep this. It's mine. You've worked so hard at it. It's mine. This could be a relationship. Whereas I've built this man up, I've built this woman up so much, and now you want to leave me after I have perfected you? There's something significant about, it's a song that I'm hearing, but I can't remember who sang it. She essentially says, I made you better for the next person. And there's a conflict that comes with that. I don't want to let you go, but also there's also so much damage that has been done. But both of you have had the opportunity to grow from it. And that's essentially what relationships do. That's what connections do. You are supposed to grow from them in whatever capacity. If that person did you wrong, grow from it and learn why it was that you sat there so long. If it was an awesome relationship and then it comes to an end, be sure to take gratitude in whatever it was that you learned from that person, whatever it was that you were able to hone and take for yourself, the skills, the benefits financially, emotionally, the travels that you all took together. That's why we always preach about showing gratitude, because nothing lasts forever. This high era or this high peak of energy won't last forever. This low level or this low pit in your life won't last forever. Take gratitude though, because now you got time to rest. Okay. I'll be there to save the day. There could be something significant about being needed as well. You're used to being needed. And now that you're not needed, who needs me? Where can I help? Where can I help? You can help yourself, Virgo. 6 of Cups, 2 of Swords. Look, you ain't trying to let nothing go. This is a decision though. 2 of Swords. With the 2 of Swords, we have the right answer and we have the wrong answer. Phone call confirmation. There's a decision that you don't want to make based off of the past. What is it? 10 of Swords. As I'm saying, 8 to the 2, 10 of Swords. Whatever it is, it needs to happen. Someone could have wronged you in the past, and it feels as though you don't want to let it go because you don't want to be viewed as weak. And I'm hearing when, I forget her name, Lord, she was married to Jay-Z, not Jay-Z, she was married to Jeezy. And she was like, it's hard to stay with a cheater and it's hard to leave a cheater. Choose your hard. Both are hard. The Star. There's something that needs to be healed from the past through isolation. The Hermit. With the Hermit, you're not only isolated, you are self-reflecting. There's a sense of self-reflection, and out of that self-reflection comes wisdom. You're better than you were before. The 9. What's 8? The Chariot. So at one point in time, you were progressing, and then there's a stop. There's a halt. By the Star. The decision is ending something that you've grown either fond of or quite attached to. The High Priestess. The Fool. You know that you would benefit from taking a risk or from starting over. It's just like, it's so hard to start over. This could be moving. Like, I want to move, but then I got to think about actually moving all this shit. Yeah. Okay. Can I get one more for the star? And there's also something significant about healing your intuition. You could have been moving. I'm hearing it like a fast pace at one point in time. So now you're getting the opportunity to slow down. The lovers, the choice. Someone is thinking about starting a new relationship. The Three of Cups. So there's some hurt here. We got the Ten of Swords. You might be wanting to end something based off of a Three of Cups that you just realized, that you just recognized. And this is the thing. When we work so hard to be perfect, how exactly are people supposed to see us in our authenticity? Because you're not perfect. No matter how hard you try, you're not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. We are but human. So it feels as though it's giving me the energy of, I don't know what it was. It's a Netflix show and she's a comedian and she wakes up in the morning, does her skincare, takes her hair down, does her makeup, and lays right next to her husband so that he never sees her in a different light. And I'm also getting that movie with Sanaya Lathan when she was very obsessed with her hair and her hair ended up being permed out and she had to cut it. And her fiance was like, I don't even know who you are. I've never seen you without your makeup. I've never seen you without all of these things that you feel like you need to always show me. Someone wants to, or someone hasn't had the opportunity to love you in your rawness, naked. The song Naked by Kiana Lede. She sang that other song that I was referring to as well. Justice. This healing cycle that you are teetering, that you are on the brink of, would bring balance into your life. Mind you, this is four arcana, something very significant about your stability. You've attached your stability to something that is temporary. Mm, wow. Okay. Clarify the King of Swords. This is detachment. There's something that you need to detach from. Page of Swords. You need to, oh, okay. If this is a situation where you are used to having kids in the house or used to having a dog, something about a dog could be significant. A little like poodle or a miniature dog could be very significant. You're used to watching something. You're used to watching over something. You're used to being in authority over something, over a situation. So this could be, you're used to being the director of a certain position, or you're used to being a CEO, you're used to having a certain level of power and admiration. And I'm not even sure that you're in it for the admiration. You're in it to make sure that everybody does their job adequately so that the machine can run properly. You're used to ensuring that the machine runs properly. So you've cultivated an existence where you can't malfunction because then everything else around you will malfunction. I can't have an off day because everything else will fall out of place. This is also, this could also be indicative of being the house manager. We always talk about women and wives and how they are the house managers. I got to get up, I got to clean, I got to cook for the kids, I got to cook for the husband, I got to cook for myself, I got to make sure that everything is done right. But if you don't give anybody else the opportunity to do it alongside you or to do what you always do, then yes, things will definitely fall apart when you are not there. Someone needs to delegate, or you had the chance to delegate something and now it's time for you to move around. Five of Wands, conflict. You're afraid of the conflict. What is going to happen when I'm not there? I just keep getting that. Total chaos. You could also be worried about the fact that your absence could cause a fight. So not necessarily internally, but more so externally. It's giving the energy of, say you go out with your girls or your guys, or you're doing your nails, or you're doing something for yourself, and you have somebody at home that's like, where's this? How do I do this? Da 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 da. And it's like, I could have just stayed home for all that. Clarify the Seven of Coins, please. Temperance in reverse. This situation is no longer stable. It's no longer balanced. Someone's been moving kind of robotically. Ten of coins within a familiar relationship, or when it comes to a job or your abundance or something of that nature. Clarify King of Wands, and then we got the Knight of Wands at the bottom. You're a great leader. You're a great leader, a very good protector as well. I'm just getting the energy of you won't have to lead the same people. So you can take these skills elsewhere, but this phase of your life is ending. So it's time for you to take all the skills, all the lessons that you have learned throughout this past phase of your life and apply it somewhere else. It's giving me the energy of Nanny McPhee, how she always used to say, when you need me, I'll be there. When you want me, I'll be gone. So as soon as people around you get comfortable with you being there, even if before they were always fighting with you, if this is a parent-child dynamic, it's giving me, oh, I can't wait till I leave this house. You could have had a rebellious child, and once you all are getting close, now it's time for them to leave. It's time for them to explore another school or another state, or it's time for them to leave. It's time for them to grow up. It's time for them to elevate. And now it leaves room for you to elevate. But it's also like, oh, I've worked so hard for this. This could have happened within the last 3 months where you've gotten super close to someone or things have just been very comfortable. Careful about their comfort. Yeah, I just saw the death card again. Something's ending. There's a transition. The moon and the Four of Swords. Something has been healing. A family dynamic could have possibly been healing up until this point, and it feels as though it's like, I just want to sit in this a little longer. Four of Wands. Yes, this could be a relationship. This could be a house situation, a home situation. It feels as though it's a bittersweet moment. Yeah, it feels as though you've grown with this company, with this child, with this in this relationship, with this house. Like there's so many. It's also giving me the energy of, say you're leaving a house and then you're moving and things, but you're seeing like the little tick marks of when the children were getting older, or a dent in a wall that was never fixed. That one time that JC and Coda was fighting and somebody's head went through a wall, something like that. It's like a bittersweet moment. Like, yes, we're going to find something better, something new, but there's a certain emotional attachment that is here, whether it's to the situation or to a physical item. And the moon is here again. There's been some hidden, or this is the time for you to heal and or rest from all the work that you've put in thus far. I'll be there to save the day. Nine of Pentacles. It's time for you to enjoy being you, enjoy being on your own in whatever capacity that is. You could be used to having a car booty, like your child or a pet always next to you or always with you. So you're running errands with them. You're going out to restaurants with them and things of that nature. Not the dog. Knight of Wands. It's time for you to explore your desires, your passions. You could have put a lot of things down for the sake of your family or for the sake of growth in one area or another. Superman got nothing on me. You really tethered yourself, Knight of Cups, you really tethered yourself to being in a specific position. And it feels as though you've outgrown the role. If you were a mentor, your mentee has outgrown you, or there's not as much need to for them to confide in you. Confirmation again on my phone. I keep getting calls. The Hanged Man and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, now it's time for you to walk into your pause. Walk into, I just heard peak. Walk into a pause before a peak area of your life or a peak situation, or the peak of a situation. My apologies. Look, Knight of Cups, this is you carrying all that you have learned into your next phase, into your next victorious phase. Now it's time for a certain level of public recognition. This could also be you working hard or tirelessly at a project. And now it's time for you to reap what you've sown. It's time for acknowledgement, your proper acknowledgement. Nine of coins at the bottom again. It's time for you to just rest and receive. Whether it's rest and receive accolades, it just feels as though this past phase could have been very tumultuous, very heavy at one point in time. And now it's just time for you to release it, and you don't know how to release it. You've grown so used to living with this struggle, to living with this consistent effort. It's like, I don't know what to do with myself. One more. The Empress in reverse. You don't want to receive, huh? You want to do. No, your creativity has been blocked for long enough. Four of Cups. Look, you don't want to receive. You don't want to rest. You don't want to take it. You like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. You might not even trust it. You could you could feel lazy now that there's nothing for you to do, and you don't want to get complacent in that laziness. But dang, you've done so much work. You sure you don't want a little cocktail with your feet up by the beach? Someone could be recovering from a medical condition like cancer or something like that. Someone's used to fighting cancer, or used to fighting with a chronic illness or something like that. And now that you are getting the results back, you don't know what to do with yourself. Someone got really used to bad results in some way, shape, or form, medical results or bad reports or something like that. Reason is powerless in the face of love. Romance, communication, listen to your heart. Look inside yourself. All you want, you already are. Abundance, I was going to say resurrection, Lord. Resources, your wish is granted. And then we have life is a balance of holding on and letting go. Stay steady, go with the flow, do the right thing. Yeah, it's time for you to go with the flow. There's no need for you to take control of anything else, at least not right now. Relax. You got it. If you guys need anything else from me, please check the description box down below. And as always, stay fly, aim high.